Some fans take a little bit of time to figure out that or find the data and record it, and some of these fans, like this next one, take some research and some fiddling and stuff. So we're gonna look at another Leon Lee. This time it's the Bora Digital or BR Digital Aluminum, and this comes in three colors: silver, black, or space gray. I've got the silver. And they actually used a CNC machine to mill that logo onto the hub. And then the silvery part of the frame here is actually aluminum as well. So we've got aluminum hub sticker, and we've got this metal frame on both sides that is held in place with long screws. You can see the heads right there. But that's not even the most. There's so much to say about this fan. I mean, it's just. You get corner cushions. However, you have to apply them yourselves. Now, I don't know what this fan set cost when it first came out, but I got it for $21.34 on Newegg. And it's also on Amazon. And as part of my research today for this video, I was reading the reviews, and oh my gosh, there are so many complaints about the reviews, about the fan failing, about the... and I noticed this when I powered up all these fans. Here's one with the lights on. I noticed as this was spinning that the sticker is not centered. So anybody with OCD is going to be freaked out by that. But let me just plug this one in so you can see it moving and lit up and decide if that interests you or not. Boy, there's a clicky noise from that bearing. Which brings me to another complaint. I mean, this is actually easily seen by my camera, which is a cheap Nexgo, but one of their cheapest. But look at that. That's pretty nice, I think. But let's just reverse course a second here. I'm going to slow the fan down so now you can pay attention to the hub and watch the sticker as it starts to move. I don't know if you actually can see that or not. I could see it when I was... Yeah, it's just slightly off center. I don't know how they could have done that. I mean, this is a company that charges a fairly large amount of money for their products, and yet, the reviews were horrible. I mean, on the positive side, some of the best ARGB they've seen on a fan so far. On the negative side, the bearings are making strange noises. The fan has failed. The lights are no longer working correctly. The lights are not working at all. It's just it's an wow. And then back in 2019 or 2020, Leon Lee wrote back in response to one of the reviews, "Oh, don't worry. Our engineers have fixed the problems and we're sending you your replacements." And yet the reviews after that continue to complain about the problems up until this year, which suggests that despite whatever the engineers did, unfortunately, they didn't, pull back all of the old stock that was defective. I mean, that's the only thing that I can assume at this point. On Newegg, there are 62 ratings, 33 of which are 5 stars, 10 that are 4 stars, 6 that are 3 stars, 4 that are 2 eggs, egg stars, whatever, and 9 that are 1 egg. And it's just very mixed bag, even up until, well, the last one actually was in 2020. That's interesting. So I'm wondering if maybe things have gotten better and I have a good one, but nobody has bought these for that long. I find that hard to believe. Anyways, I'm getting distracted by this. This is very interesting, especially because not only does Lian Li, as with the Unifan, not tell you how many hours it'll last, but it doesn't even provide you a warranty on this one. And it's not on their website anymore, so you can't look it up. Now, as far as what it comes with, wow. Okay, it puts Noctua in second place. Because, now get this, I'm going to have to show you these things. So, there is, you get a controller. Turn this back this way. And you get a controller that has 3 buttons. And it comes with a SATA cable. For power, yeah? Now, the 3 buttons, these 2 top buttons change the option, and the bottom button switches between the light mode and the speed or brightness mode. And so the light mode will show there's a green LED up here, and when it's on the speed or brightness mode, depending on which mode you've got it on, it'll be blue. But it will not stay blue after a certain number of seconds. It'll switch back to green. It's kind of irritating. But what happens is there are, I think, 16, hold on, 16 different modes, of which several are like static color and the rest are all moving. There are several different modes, and some of them are kind of interesting. And if you watch the video, it's really interesting to watch some of the videos from Lian Li where they've got fans going all the way around the case, from the back top up to the top back, up all the way across the top, across the front, across the bottom. And you can see you use the stacking effect and it just keeps going, boom, 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 boom. And as it's going, it's filling it up. So it's getting closer and closer and closer and closer. And as it gets closer, it goes really fast eventually at the end. But anyways, there are 16. There it is. I'll show you. You get this lovely bilingual instruction set, which is actually, I think it's pretty useful because, quite frankly, if you're new to doing this kind of stuff, if you're new to fans and you're new to ARGB, you're going to be overwhelmed because you get this. There's so much that this comes with. So you get to go from the controller, aside from the power cable, which it comes out. It's got a 2-pin JST connector to the SATA connector, and that's for your power that plugs in on the one end. And then on the other end, you have a cable that, it's like a octopus. On the other end, you have a cable that has a 4-pin JST, and that connects to 2 4-pin SMJSTs. So you can connect up to 6 fans to this with the 4 SMJSTs, or hopefully you have an adapter. And then, to make things even better, you can connect all the fans. So this is a 2-port, right? And I said it can hold 6. You get 2 splitters to go from 4-pin SMJST to a female to 3 males on each of the splitters. So you can connect up to 6 to this ARGB controller, which is kind of, I don't know. I can't decide if that's the nice way or the cheap way because, it gives you a lot of cable length. I'm looking at over 2 feet of length already, and I haven't attached the 3-way splitters yet. Now, let's just say you don't want to use all this. let's just say that, I just want to plug it into my motherboard and let the motherboard software or whatever take care of it. Well, you can do that too because they give you one three-way going from the fans SM4 4-pin SMJST connectors to the standard ARGB connector, so you can plug the fan in with that and see the colors. Now, I will tell you that I'm going to show you the difference. So don't get frustrated with me. I am going to let you see the difference. And it is not necessarily a large difference, but I've chosen one of the settings that actually is my default for ARGB on my computer. So you can see the difference in the flow of the colors. And it's not a huge difference, but. Now, before I show you that, though, because I want to keep you in suspense for a while, it also, these are PWM fans. And the controller doesn't have anything to do with PWM. So what are you going to do? Well, they give you a 5-fan repeater. Not 6-fan, 5-fan. And this is not powered. This is just... I'm a little bit concerned about this because it's not powered. I don't know how they expect for this to not be powered. Oh, I almost forgot. It comes with a 63 centimeter long cable to run this to the motherboard. And one more thing, if you want to do streamers or some other kind of LED strip, this has got an adapter to go from the controller splitters or whatever to both 3-pin and 4-pin SMJST. So, so you've got lots and lots of splitters, and it gets a little bit octopusy after a while. And I'm saying that in the sense of an adjective, not the sense of something lewd. But wow, it's so I'm going to let you look at both of them, and you tell me which has got better movement, and then I will tell you which one is which. So one of these is plugged into the motherboard, and the other one is plugged into the controller. Can you see the difference? Because to me, the difference is glaringly obvious, and I'm looking at it from the backside. Now, because of the way they place the LEDs, if you look at a certain angle, you can actually see the LEDs underneath the hub, but it's not important. All right. Are you able to see a difference? All right. The one that's kind of jerky, this one over here, is the one that's connected to the controller, and this one is connected to the motherboard. So if you are really fussy about ARGB and you don't want to see jerky animation, don't use the connector. I mean, it's up to you, obviously. And to me, it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to plug in the ARGB anyways. It's just a waste of electricity. I don't live in an area where electricity is terribly expensive, although I'm regularly seeing people complaining about, our electricity company is charging us so much money. And then I say, hey, turn down your thermostat. I'm only paying $50, $60 a month most months. And they're like, oh, I couldn't possibly do that. It's too cold. Well, then pay the bill. Sorry, no sympathy. So taking a step backwards for a moment here. This repeater has got writing so small that it's hard to read it. Now, if you look at the diagram in here, the diagram in here makes it look so obvious because the writing is in different position than where you'll see it on this. you see on this, it's actually all in the middle and it's very small. On this, the writing is big, especially for the input one right there. It's so big. But on this it's so small. I look, I've got bad eyes. Um, between different factors, my eyes are not good anymore. Um, so I was able to finally identify the word input on here, and but I grabbed my wonderful magnifying glass just to make sure, and that was when I was able to read the very small fan 1, fan 2, fan 3, fan 4, fan 5, fan 6. Oh, it's 6 fans. I'm sorry. I can't count. Apparently, I cannot count. Good golly, Glenn. What is wrong with you? Yeah, that's exactly what's wrong with me. I can't count. It's a 6 fan repeater. Sorry. Yeah, I know you think I'm crazy, and you're probably right. But it took the magnifying glass for me to actually properly be able to read fan 1 through 6. It's actually easier on fan 2 through 5. The writing for fan 1 through 6, they decided, well, instead of moving the writing up a bit, let's just put it in really small font so they can squeeze in the space between the other writing and this header here. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliantly stupid. Just move it up. It doesn't have to be in the middle where you have to use a smaller font size. I don't know how it is that Leon Lee can produce something like this, and it's just, yeah. This company is supposed to be like highly regarded, high quality, and yet so many complaints about the fans. Now, again, the fan reviews are from 2020 and older. I don't know if this version that I've got is actually the repaired version or the unrepaired version. I did hear ticking from one of the bearings, so that makes me a little bit concerned that no, they haven't actually. They're selling off the bad ones, and they are not doing any more of these, and which is probably a good choice, but not for us. So if these are Bora digitals that are the bad ones, and they're selling them off anyways, well, what does that tell you about Leon Lee and what they think of us? So, I had hoped that these were going to be powerful enough that I could use them on radiators, because I want to do a series of tests on radiators to show with the same fans on every radiator, how good is that air cooler or water cooler, going to perform. But I can't do that. Yeah. Anyways, I am so sorry. Let's go ahead now. And I still got this connected to the controller. And you like that, right? You think that's kind of nice? Except for the wobbly centering of the stickers. Let me show you what this controller can do. So we're going to put it on green, which is the lighting mode selector. And we'll just cycle through them all for you. Or I will. Ooh. I don't know, because I haven't been into RGB, and I haven't been in the fan thing for very long. How many of these look familiar to you as far as modes that already exist for ARGB? But if you are somebody who's been heavily into ARGB and RGB, and even the non adjustable ones without a switch, on a one cable fan, If you recognize these modes, let me know in the comments. I'd be very curious to know. Okay, now I'm going to switch it to the speed and brightness mode, which allows me on a solid color to dim it until it gets so bright it's going to go off, and then it goes back to maximum. Now, however, if I switch back to, oops, if I switch back to this one and go to that mode again, it's going to change the speed, supposedly. It's supposed to change the speed. There we go. I don't know. I can't really tell if it's actually changing the speed or not. It doesn't really seem to be. Oh, it already switched back. Come on. And now it won't let me switch. All right. No. There we go. I don't really see a difference. You know, it's supposed to be changing the speed, but it's actually not really working that greatly. So, kind of a question mark as to whether the controller even works right. And in my experience, it seems like no, it's not working right because the instructions in here say it is for speed. And yeah, blue is speed. Switch the lighting or switch the speed. Right. And that leads us to the taste test. The that leads us to the sound comparison with the Noctua NF A12x25. And so let's get on with that because this has gone on long enough, right? Right. But yeah, I'm pretty disappointed that these fans may die, and they're good enough for a case or even for an air cooler, but not for a radiator. It's only like 1.45 millimeters of water. But it is nice looking. So, yeah. Can you hear that ticking? As soon as I started it up, I heard the ticking. Yeah, that's definitely the bearings. Resonance. Oh no, it's not a resonance. Oh, it is. It's gone. Okay. There's a low-pitched whine. Oh, another resonance. This is kind of noisy, and that ticking is not going away, which is concerning. Wow, that's quite the resonance right there. Another resonance that's high-pitched. The ticking's still going. Man, this is loud. I did not anticipate it being this loud. I mean, I think I blocked it out of my memory actually, because I already tried these myself. Now, just out of curiosity, before I start comparing this to the Noctua, yeah, there's where I really can feel the pressure. So it's weaker than the Noctua, definitely. No question. Now these are going to make my fingers cold because I haven't put the cushions on. All right, let's compare. Wow, that's interesting. I'm not really sure which one of these is louder on right now. guess for the high pitch, the Noctua, but for the overall sound, the Leon Lee is pretty loud. I'm gonna switch off the Leon Lee, the Noctua, and just like most other, all other brands, the Leon Lee spun down very quickly. Oh, by the way, the frame itself is mildly textured in the plastic part, and then the fan blades are mildly textured on both sides. So, not bad, but not a competitor. I mean, unless you're looking for ARGB and you're willing to take the risk that they're still selling the crap ones, and that's why it's off the website, which is, going to be my guess, is that they're just unloading their crappy fans on whoever is crazy enough to take the risk. And apparently that's me. So, I don't know, guys. Yeah, I can't recommend these fans because of the risk involved. Oh, the controller. It comes with this BR digital accessory box, LYXA0503. And that's where all this stuff was hiding, including the screws. So it's nice and tidy. And this is so very touching. I am touched, Leon Lee. Thank you for the personalized note. I'm being a wise guy. I know. So, can you do me a favor? In the last few days now, since with me putting up so many of these Part 1 reviews, can you please help me out by liking and subscribing and sharing videos to help build this channel? It really is useful. Especially, I mean, I've sunk thousands of dollars into this hobby, I guess you could say, and I'm really hoping that this will become a place people will come to get useful information about fans, coolers, and so on. But in order to do that, I have to have, well, either sponsors, which I am unwilling to do unless the sponsors understand that I will not give them preferential treatment. I will not lie about their products. If their product is crap, I will expose it as crap. And I won't accept golden samples. And so on and so forth. So it's going to be hard for me to get any corporate sponsors because most of them are probably interested in you having another mouthpiece, another shill for their products. And I can't do that. It's just against what I believe in. It's against my morals. It's against my ethics. And therefore, it ain't going to happen, most likely. Now, if you are somebody in an ethical company and you have no problem with my restrictions and would like to sponsor me, with the full understanding, again, that I will not give you preferential treatment or shill for you or anything, then I welcome contact from you, and we can discuss the possibility of partnering for my benefit. And potentially your benefit, depending on whether you have good products or bad products. But if all you're after is something else, then go somewhere else. So please like, subscribe, and share. And I wish I understood Patreon better. I just haven't had the time to look into it, to really get into it. And I'm not really sure what to offer you guys. And that's very frustrating for me because I'd like to be able to use Patreon, but they expect me to offer something in return for you paying X amount of money. And I don't know what to offer. I don't have merch or merchandise or anything else. I mean, I could put out some long format videos showing, my testing, but, I don't know how many people are actually going to care about a long format video. And I mean, like, really long, minimally edited, and thus, it's. I don't think it's interesting, but if that would be of interest, I mean, I guess I could do that, but it just I don't know. If you have suggestions on what I can offer, let me know. Maybe I can send you a sticker with my logo, which, by the way, was made by my best friend in Indonesia, Yudi. Thank you, Yudi. Um, although I modified the one for this channel. It's I added the brain thing, which I got off of Pixabay, and with the permission of the guy who made that logo, and I made the little chip on my head. You can tell because it's so very special looking, right? Yeah. So I'm begging you, please, please help me. Yeah. Okay. We are on December 31st, getting to the end of the very end, the absolute tail of the year now. So I want to wish you all a happy new year if you actually use the Christian calendar. And if you don't, I wish you a happy new year when your new year comes around. And let's go ahead and take a look at the data now that I've babbled on for half an hour. Okay, the Lian Li BR Digital, or Bora Digital -3R-S. I don't know what the S is. Oh, S is for silver. And it's RGB, aluminum, and PWM. And, actually it's not RGB, it's ARGB. I find that irritating, but okay. So the frame is silver and black. The blades are what? How did I write that? That's not right. That's not right at all. I think I was on crack. Yeah. So it's translucent white for the blades. And I paid $21.34 on Newegg. It's certified by CE and ROHS. Made in China, 120 by 27 millimeters. There's no lifespan and no warranty that I'm aware of. It's not on their website. 12 ARGB LEDs. It supports ASUS, MSI, Gigabyte, and ASRock. And that's compared to the Noctua with 150,000 minimum hours and 6-year warranty. But no LEDs. 180 grams versus 200 grams for the Noctua. Both have 9 blades. Standard mounting size, mounting hole space, just spacing. 900 to 1800 RPMs. Darn it, I hate when I do that. I'm going to probably die of aspiration someday. No idea of the variance because it's not stated. 57.97 airflow, that's cubic feet per minute. And only 1.46, sorry, not 5, static pressure, or millimeters of water. And then the decibel range is 19.4 to 29. I kind of feel like it's possibly 29, yeah. And then the fan's basic cable is 42 centimeters long, and by itself you can't daisy chain or sleeve. You have to use the splitters and stuff. There's no sleeving. 42.5 centimeters for the ARGB cable, and again, no daisy chaining or sleeving without the splitter for the daisy chaining. The fan control is PWM, and the ARGB control is SMJST 4 pins. And it has a fluid dynamic bearing, which is kind of noisy, which suggests that probably they went the cheap route. They spent too much on the milled off-center aluminum Lian Li hub logos and the aluminum what do you call it? The outsides of the frame, I guess. 12 volt, minimum is starting is 6 volts, and the minimum to maximum is 10.8 to 13.2. No idea how many watts it's rated for, but the maximum is 5.4, 0.21. So given that, we can estimate that the rated wattage is 2.52. So 0.21 amps for now. If we look up at Noctua, we can see that it's a little bit more consumptive, like double, or more than double actually. And at the maximums, it's even higher. But there's a logical explanation for why it's even higher. No information, unfortunately, about the LEDs other than that they're 5 volt. No indicators of rotation and flow, but it is a clockwise rotating fan. It comes with this one outdoes the Noctua. So 4 screws, no rubber pins or gasket, but corner cushions. It hasn't got a low noise adapter, but it has got 2 4-pin SMJST females to 3 female, or to 3 male, 4-pin SMJST female to 1 male, 3-pin SMJST, and 1 male 4-pin SMJST, a 4-pin JST female to 2 4-pin SMJST male, and a male 4-pin SMJST to standard ARGB female. And actually, this is 3 male. Actually, it would make more sense for me to put it like this. Yeah, that makes more sense. So it's a standard ARGB female to 3 male 4-pin SMJSTs. And there's a 63 centimeter long PWM cable to be used for their repeater. And the hubs, if you get those with the 3-packs, I don't even know if there's a 1-pack for this, but the 3-pack, there's the ARGB controller with splitters for up to 6 fans, SATA power cable that's 11.5 centimeters long. And then for PWM, there's a 6-pan repeater with a 63 centimeter cable to the motherboard header. And that's all there is, and that's a lot. And this is the longest. This is way too long of a video. I'm so sorry, guys. I apologize. I ranted and raved too much because this took me so long to prepare for this video. That's all.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.